Years from now, I want girls to be able to go to school, not worried if their dress is too short because men will prey on them. I want a world that when a girl says she wants to be a president or a scientist, that her parents say anything is possible.
Say it out loud, we're moving the world around. Careful you don't look down, you might be the last one out.
I wanted to participate in this beautiful forum because for the first time I really wanted to prove myself for myself, where I get to learn from other leaders and from other girls, to listen to their personal stories, because I believe that each and every one of us has their unique, beautiful story and we can learn from each other.
I have been talking to many of the ambassadors of this year. I think it's amazing to see how diverse and how inclusive this forum is. I've been with people from all over the world, and also today I had a question from a girl who's a refugee from Congo now living in Cameroon, and I think that is amazing to have this opportunity to meet people that have gone through so much.
And then I changed my life. Last November I left Condé Nast after 15 years of an amazing career. Many people were shocked because they couldn't believe that I would leave such an amazing job. It was time to move on. It was time to find my own path and my own success. And my own success wasn't only about my own projects. It was also about finding my own inner wealth.
Martin Luther King didn't teach that the future was a future of African American superiority, but rather he taught that it was a movement about blacks and whites together creating a world where the color of your skin or your gender or your religion or your sexuality, they don't play a role in whether you can make it or not. And that's ultimately what WAP is about. It's not a me movement, it's a movement of us.
One thing I've taken away from this whole experience is the importance of three things. Number one, the importance of knowing who you are and being authentic enough to tell your story. Secondly, learning that in order to go ahead, you not only need mentors, but you need sponsors. And lastly, the most important thing is to connect with other women to make sure that we can create not only opportunities for each other, but we can make our economies and our countries better.
The reason I came here today is because I love when women from around the world who are passionate leaders gather together. And so when I heard of this gathering that Ingrid had started, I thought it sounded like a beautiful representation of women from many different countries and lifestyles and circumstances and challenges that were wanting to come together to learn from each other and encourage one another. And if I could help be any encouragement whatsoever, I said I was in. Well, I think I've spent a lot of time with Ingrid and her family, which has been really wonderful to hear about their journey and just to see 3 generations of women who have been really strong women within their own culture in Mexico, and just to see Ingrid now as a young woman who is just so inspired to be a leader, I think is a direct result of the way she was raised by her mother and her grandmother, which is really cool to see.
I think the worst advice I've ever received was that I'm not ready. Someone telling me that I'm not ready. And you can take that one of 2 ways. You can take it as, let me put my head down and work a little harder, or you can take it as, oh, I'll show you. And so I think the latter is always good, but being ready actually, I think, means that the opportunity is past. I think the best opportunities come when you're not ready and you have to rely on a little bit of faith, a lot of self-confidence, and just trust the situation. So don't ever expect to be ready. Just go all in. Always prepare, always practice, but if something feels right, go for it.
I think it's important for women to be in tech space because we're designing products for people. The programmers that build these products, they're people. They have to make decisions for people. When there's no women on those teams, the decisions that women might make about what women need from those products get left out. Having women on those teams, having a lot of people on those teams from a lot of backgrounds can really speak to what a wide variety of people need, not just what people on a team need.
In the refugee community, we have few women that are involved in the leadership. There is really a huge need to empower them with leadership skill so that they can stand for themselves.
The whole idea of this forum, like a woman can speak, but together we can disrupt.
And I think in this day and age, and particularly we as women, it is a unique gift that we bring. It is in our DNA to look out for others' interest, not at the expense of ourselves, but to know that when we do the right thing, things will be done well.
My name is Rutendo, and I'm from Zimbabwe. If I'm not the first, I'm going to be the next president of Zimbabwe.
When I was 19, I thought of doing a conference because it would be a space where women will feel safe, would feel empowered. But I wanted to do a conference where it was more than just inspiring. I wanted to do a conference where women felt connected, heart by heart. I wanted a conference where women became friends, because collectively, women can change the world.